Correct. You know, I'm a 45-year-old space nerd.
Each and every one of us is a crew member here on Spaceship Earth.
The Galactic Guys, John Ennis and Mighty Mike Taylor.
There is a space-age quality to them.
This is the Galactic Coast Power Hour on Vinyl Draft Radio.
That is right. This is the Galactic Coast Power Hour. We're coming to you live from the ACU of Texas studio on the top floor of the historic Gemini building just down the street from the home of human spaceflight. My name is John Ennis, and tonight I'm joined by my sister Bruce Sylvia, Fortrade Mobile App Benvenidas.
Hi.
And no, our brother in Brew, Mighty Mike Taylor's not here. Word is he went out for some Black Friday shopping and he hasn't been heard from since.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him.
So we're worried. So hopefully he's okay. But there'll be no special appearances by Sean Connery tonight as a result. Mike isn't here, but we're really excited about who is here. And that is Jennifer Edwards, founder, owner, and lead brewer at 4J Brewing Company, the only 100% female-owned, 100% female brewery I'm aware of. Jennifer, than's for coming.
Thank you.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
Hi, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, and she brought 40 pounds of beer.
Yeah. I think I'm a little lopsided from walking in from the bag on my shoulder.
It does look like there's some unbalanced deltoid development going on there. Yeah. So
I couldn't decide which style of beer to bring, so I was like, okay, I'll just bring them all. So.
Yay!
Excellent. I think we're starting with the blonde.
Mm-hmm. Yes, delicious.
And is that just called the 4J blonde?
Yeah.
Okay, that works. Hey, keep it simple.
I was about to say, keep it simple, stupid. So, but in the beginning, our homebrew actually, we all just called it whatever the style it was. So. We kind of stuck with that and couldn't think of anything more creative. So
right.
That's our beer names for now.
Yeah.
When we first started, Galactic, there was we had the Sneaky Blonde, the Rocket Rider, our first two ones to go out. But down, in the market, people just called it the Dark and the Blonde.
Mm-hmm.
That's how simple it was.
Exactly.
Back in the day. So 100% female owned and female brewery. So how did you start this? Did one day you wake up and decide you're going to open a brewery, or
if only it were that easy, I guess. Yes, we're 100% female owned, but my dad was kind of the main guy behind it all. So he started homebrewing years ago, and he actually was taught by his dad. Back when he was a young boy, and then his dad was taught by his dad. So
you're like a fourth generation brewer.
I thought of that today. I had the fourth generation. So, and when my grandparents and great grandparents were doing it, it was more out of need because it was Prohibition era. So,
that's right.
Yeah, so that's been interesting, and so my dad
kind
started
of bootleggers, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So my dad started doing it really consistently when I was in high school and college, and I was in college and saw how much fun they were having. They'd have parties every weekend and taste testing and votes on what their favorite beer was and everything, and so finally, when I moved back, I was like, I got to get in this. So
what year was that?
I graduated college 2013.
Okay.
So,
excellent.
so my dad and I have been brewing ever since, and every Friday, Saturday night we brewed. We called it making some and drinking some, and we drank a lot at that point because it was fun at that point. I mean, it's still fun, of course, but it was extra fun, when you're drunk and you're home brewing. So at one point, we were dropping things we were saying, oh shit, left and right. We're dropping things, and after a while, I was like, maybe we should not drink so much. we're going to get serious about this.
Hey, it's not homebrewing unless you're drinking, though. Right. That's kind of a thing.
Exactly.
We used to call it brewing beer and drinking beer.
Yeah.
BB, double B.
Yeah. So I was working for a bank as a financial analyst at the time, and I got laid off in 2013. And so that's when we said, okay, let's do this.
Opportunity.
So,
excellent.
So I guess the whole story, we submitted for licensing and finally got licensed with everything in January 2017. And so then we said, okay, you know what, let's start buying equipment because we didn't want to buy anything until we were licensed. And so then we purchased equipment and got everything in November, started brewing, and we opened of March this year.
Excellent. So Mike and I, we always thought we were the only brewery that waited to start brewing on our equipment until we were actually fully licensed. I mean, we'd homebrewed, but and we'd seen evidence that a lot of other breweries, they started brewing early,
right.
Even before they get their license,
or even like building the brand before.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, and hey, on one level, I used to think, why do you act like a brewery until you're a brewery? But now, it kind of makes sense. Get a head start. I mean, then by the time you pull the trigger, people are already aware of you. People are already fans, maybe even wearing your T-shirts.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, so, that's definitely what's happening.
So I'm
now.
no longer a hater of that move.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. But my dad is still involved. So my mom and I are the owners. The name is from me and my sisters. I'm the youngest of the four, so I'm the fourth J.
4 sisters?
Yeah. Jessica,
God
Jackie,
bless your
Joanne.
dad. Wow.
Gosh.
No wonder he homebrewed.
Exactly. Exactly. He's helped build the system and get everything set up, the glycol, the electricity, the plumbing. I mean, he can do it all. So he was in the Navy, so he has a great saying of doing the most with nothing, pretty much. So he can do anything. And so he's been so helpful with getting us off the ground. And he's the official taste tester. That's all he wants to be.
Smart man.
He's happy with that.
Is he pretty hard on your beers and stuff? Does he give you like really tough critique?
No.
Or it's great.
Perfect.
It's great.
Everything is perfect. And I'm like, no, I taste this, or I want to change. He loves everything. So he's a huge supporter. Same with everybody in the family. My sisters, I have to make sure they don't drink everythI'm my hardest problem. So,
right.
So, they
don't get
love
high on your own
everything.
supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I'm not sure what that's referencing. But,
So you have 3 sisters. So I come from a family. I'm the oldest sibling. I have 2 younger brothers. So I never knew what it was like growing up with a sister, let alone 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, come to the 4J and when my sisters are there, and you'll find out very quick. It's loud. It's just crazy.
And so they just never wanted to brew beer, or I guess what got you into I'm gonna be a brewer one day,
Some of them, or Jackie did it a lot with us. Jackie's the second one, and she did it a lot with us. Now and then, and she liked it, but she just wanted to drink for sure. I became obsessed with the science behind it and the just all about it. So I just dove straight in and just got obsessed with every piece of the brewing, the side of the brewing. So
excellent.
Yeah, I love all of it.
It's a 3-barrel system too, right? What you're brewing on now is it 3-barrel?
Well, technically 2, or it's 2. The tanks are 2-barrel. Our brewing system is 1.5. So every time I brew, I'm always filling up the 2-barrel tank. So I do 2 turns every time I brew.
Okay, like double brew. And sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we're 2-barrel technically.
Excellent.
So very small.
So what's been the biggest challenge?
I guess just off the bat, just opening up. There's so much red tape and hurdles and all of that. The other thing is just it's expensive. We're all 100% all cash, no outside debt, no investors. So we're a 2-barrel system because of it. We're very small, but we hope that will set us up for the future. But that's we can only grow as much as money we have.
Sure.
So we're growing very organically, but we're limited to that as well. So that's a huge challenge. If we had $10 million, then it'd be no problem. But
right.
Just growing, not having money to do whatever we want. So that's definitely a challenge.
Yep.
And just the air, we're opening in Spring Branch, or we open in Spring Branch, and we're the only brewery. It's a kind of an up and coming area. So, I grew up there. I've been there my whole life. My mom and her parents are from the area. Her parents are from, one of the first German settlers in Spring Branch.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Wow.
So they were kind of part of that crew that came in. And so, it's kind of that area is just now discovering craft beer and craft food and craft wines and stuff like that. So it's definitely a new area. A lot of bars are opening up around us, which is really awesome.
Yeah, like Cobble and Smoke Pile down there.
Yep.
Great little place. It's very kind of like a neighborhood spot, but it's fancy in there. It's nice.
It is. They did a good job with
on
it.
on the dining tables and community sitting. It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So has the community kind of rallied around you? I've noticed that happening in some of the brewers in smaller areas where there is no other breweries that really becomes like a community gathering spot.
Yeah, and everybody's really loved it, and with us and other bars and different restaurants opening, they're saying, "Oh man, I mean, this is just so great for that." Everybody's saying it's the Heights 10 years ago. I mean, it's really changing.
Comparison.
I like the analogy.
Yeah. So, are they going to have other? Is there any future plans to have any other breweries in the area that you know of? Is it?
And I'm not. I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure right now. I mean, I'm sure at some point. I mean, it's a great area, so I mean, I'm sure at some point.
Yeah.
So, and I assume you're a brew pub, probably.
Yes,
Okay. It seems like the natural license to go with, nowadays, based on the current state of Texas laws. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it primarily on-site sales? Do you do? I mean, okay.
No distribution.
Right.
Yeah, none right now.
Hey, math dictates, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I keep my mom. I don't know if she's listening or watching right now.
Hi, Mom.
But, hey,
Hi,
Mom. she would be here, but she would just sit in front of the mic and not say a word. And then my dad would be the one talking, but he works evening. He's a police officer, so he works evening shifts.
Man.
So unfortunately, they're not here, but I'm sure they'll listen at some point.
Thank you for his service times too. Former Navy guy and then a police officer. That's excellent. Very nice.
I mean I forgot what we were talking about before that. I totally lost my train of thought.
All I know is we're drinking beer.
Yeah. Oh, brew pubs and stuff like that.
License.
Yeah. I mean, starting is so small. I mean, the max, the cap on brew pubs we're far from it.
Right.
So
right.
I mean,
not a concern.
Right on 2 barrels. So I mean, that was definitely the route for us for sure. So, and the to-go sales, but I mean, we want to change that. So, Craft Pack posted today.
Next year. Yeah, they're going to, as far as what I know, and Craft Pack will be on with us pretty soon, but I think they're going to start this really big initiative for 2019 for beer to go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's a huge thing for breweries like, small breweries, nano breweries. Do you consider yourself a nano? Is that?
Yeah, I think we're true nano.
Yeah. So
very small.
Yeah, that's going to be something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, Jennifer's in the calendar.
Oh yeah,
she's in the 2019 Houston Hottest calendar that we're and we just put out the event for that. Mm-hmm. So are you going to be able to join that day? Okay, cool.
So what month is 4J? I'm just curious. Do you remember?
I want to say it's a summer month. I want to say it's either June or July, but I could be wrong.
I mean, not that it matters. I mean, just curious.
I know. Yeah,
I'm excited to be in it. And excited to have it. So
it goes to a great cause, and we're excited about it. Just to see, what the interest is going to be like for one. And I think people are starting to really understand that beer and brewing is not just like, oh, anyone can just pick up. I guess somebody can just pick up a book and learn how to brew, but it takes a lot of skill and a lot of hard work to be some of these brewers that we put in there.
Absolutely.
And so that was kind of the key factor of when we were deciding, okay, out of 60, 70 breweries that we're at right now in Houston, I got to pick 12. Mm-hmm. This is crap. I missed a lot of good breweries that I wanted to be in there, but maybe
we're
next year.
honored to be part of that 12.
First one,
I know. And we're probably the newest of the 12.
Yeah, I think so. I was going to say Holler, but I think they've been open for 2 or 3 years.
I think they've had it. Yeah, I think they were about to have their second,
and maybe Val's the other
smaller one.
He's at least a year plus in.
Yeah, because they just had their 1 year.
Yeah.
So, I think we may be the newest.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun.
Cool.
If you're interested in seeing the calendar, we actually are going to be doing a release party December 11th.
That's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday. Sorry, Turn Up Tuesday. Come on.
That works.
And we've invited all the brewers that are featured in the calendar to come out. You rub elbows with Brock, get him to sign your centerfold because Brock Wagner.
That's right. I've seen the photo.
The centerfold.
That's a special photo.
And we're just going to hang out. Come out to the beer garden.
Right? The beer garden.
At the new beer garden, we'll have a table reserved for some folks who want to get there a little early and snack some food, and then have a good time, meet some new friends.
Off the top of your head, what all breweries are in the calendar? Let's put it to the test. Let's put it to the test.
Let's get our fingers out. We're counting.
Right.
Okay, it's Eureka Heights, Holler, Vallensons, GIB, Galveston Island, 4J, Brash, Spindle Tap, B52, Southern Star, Whole Foods. Thank you. I need 2 more.
Does the center spread count as one, or is there actually 13?
No, it's 13.
Yes, there's 13.
St. Arnold.
So St. Arnold's does count for
2
one.
other ones.
I'm trying to think.
Did we get Brash? Did we put Brash?
Yeah, you said Brash. You said Brash.
Eighth Wonder.
Eighth Wonder.
And Baba Brew House.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
So that's the 12.
Little I-10 action there.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, yeah, we got a little bit, a couple breweries from up north.
I-10 and 45.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that little area. So, brewing obviously is a big part of your life, but
kind of.
I mean, I'm just kidding. what do you do when you're not brewing or if you're not drinking beer?
Sleeping.
What else?
I mean, like really sleeping. That's about it.
Okay, so tell me about your a normal day at 4J then.
Okay, well, it depends on the day, of course. I mean, it could be cleaning kegs, kegging beer. That's what I did today.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Kegging. Funner than cleaning.
Yeah, cleaning tanks, getting ready to brew, so cleaning the system out, brewing, so that's a 15-hour day right there.